All right. Well, we're going to get into request topics now. This one, I'm going to do, this comes from a first-timer. His name's John Orminio. He says, Doug Liman, director of Edge of Tomorrow and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, has been chosen to direct a Justice League Dark movie. A project Guillermo del Toro has been associated with for years, though I doubt del Toro's script is the one that they'll be made, no matter how perfect it is for the film.
I like this guy already.
Good idea, bad choice. Does DC even know what it's doing anymore? Doug Liman sure as shit knows how to do an action movie, if Edge of Tomorrow is any indication of that. Now,
as far as DC knowing what they're doing, they're getting smarter in the fact that they're stealing from Marvel.
True.
Because if you go from the Man of Steel trailers to the trailers for the ones that are the newer movies now,
yeah,
they are night and day.
Well, yeah,
from fucking
the Man of Steel trailer is like, you could basically, what they should have done, like through that whole trailer, was just play like Gary Jules's fucking Mad World through the whole thing, and you would have been like, oh, what, you know, it's like they should have done that. And then you never saw anything that was like Superman toward the end where he's flying through the sky, and then you'd be like, what the fuck was that? All around me. It's like Superman's like, like, what the fuck's gonna happen in this movie? And then just Kevin Bacon. I mean,
Kevin Bacon.
Jesus.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Spacey, is that who you're thinking of?
No. The fucking
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. He just shows up and you're like, well, now I definitely don't want to see this.
You leave Costner alone, okay? He died for your sins.
I know that whole part of that movie is just like, no, don't save me, son, from the tornado that's 1 foot behind me. Don't. The world shouldn't know about you. And then it's like a year or two later, he's like, I'm Superman! He's like, I died for no reason.
The idea was that he wanted his son to understand what restraint was. Because just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. That's the idea behind it.
But if you can save your dad from dying, and 10 people might have seen you be Superman, you could go back and be like, I saved my dad, you tell anybody about this, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
This is no different than mothers having that adrenaline rush to lift lawnmowers off their children.
There's a big fucking difference between a lawnmower and traveling faster than the speed of sound to get your dad from a tornado.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
My mom wants to travel faster.
Solar flares.
Next thing you know, he's going to pick the tornado up and throw it out. That's an adrenaline rush too, huh?
Yeah.
My mom took flight to save me falling off a porch once. She fucking flew. Gravitational. It was ridiculous. No, anyway.
Well, DC seems to be confused as to what they want to do with these. They want them to be action, but they want them to be comedy. They want them to be dark, but that they don't want them to be Batman getting raped in prison.
See,
so no one wanted to be Batman getting raped in prison.
Here's the thing that I don't understand.
Snyder should have been fucking fired years ago.
Here's the thing I don't understand about DC, and he brings up a good point with this, is they're not going after, like, high, like, end directors to do any of these movies. Mm-hmm. Marvel... They are. They're getting the big guns out. They're like, okay,
get them Whedons.
Yeah, like here, you know, like Iron Man, Favreau. I still say to this day, the first Iron Man, besides Avengers, was probably one of the best.
You couldn't really be that guy to be like, Avengers was an Iron Man movie.
No. I'm saying Avengers was probably the best Marvel movie ever made.
Oh yes,
followed by Iron Man, because Avengers was the first one where all of them got together, and they did well placing it together. They didn't sit there and like, well, here's everybody's origin story. Did you know Spider-Man Uncle Ben died?
I think that
spoilers.
Iron Man was fantastic, but it's when you look at all the Marvel movies, they're all good on different levels.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're watching.
Winter Soldier is an amazing movie.
Amazingly bad movie. Yeah.
Fuck you.
But it's good. But it doesn't get the credit because it didn't have a ton of humor in it, and people like that balance. It was a very dark movie.
But but not many people talk about fucking Ant-Man, and Ant-Man was very good.
I was just gonna say that. Talking about a movie that doesn't get enough fucking credit. Ant-Man.
It's such a
because Ant-Man came out after Guardians, and everybody's like, oh my god, that guy that danced a lot, he was funny. And they're like, Paul Rudd ain't dancing. I don't like it. He ain't dancing. Who the fuck's Ant-Man anyway?
He's getting his ass beat by a woman. That's what's happening.
And somebody like Google searches Ant-Man, they see like the picture of the little guy with the fucking antennas on his helmet. It's like, that's fucking dumb. I ain't watching that shit.
God damn it.
That's about 99% of people that don't read comics that watch these movies. Like, I don't know who that is. They see a picture, like, that's stupid. Why the fuck would I watch that? It's like if you would have seen a picture of what Thor looked like before they made a Thor movie, you'd be like, what the fuck? How are they gonna make that threatening?
Yeah.
And then Chris Hemsworth is like, well, it is me after all.
They should have gotten Brock Lesnar to be Thor.
No, he should have been Odin.
No. What? Fuck you. Liam Neeson all day.
But Odin being like kick-ass Odin. Like throwing Asgardian car doors.
Ripping off Sleipnir's legs and throw it into the audience.
Fuck yeah. He goes to the Frost Giants and just starts ripping all their limbs off. Anyway, what were we going to say, Will?
The question is DC not going after these directors, or are these directors turning DC down? Because Warner Brothers has pissed off a lot of people the
They've
last
been doing that
few
for
years.
fucking years.
They only
dude.
made like, 2 good Batman movies.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So we're just ignoring the Nolan trilogy.
Who? No.
Let's get the one thing
Okay.
fucking straight.
They
They
made-
financed the movie, okay?
Yeah.
They financed the movie.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with it, I guarantee you.
that's-
Okay,
yeah.
under their belt, they have 3 good Batman movies. Batman Returns and Dark Knight. Because
Batman Begins
was just like, it was
Yeah,
there.
it was there.
like, hey,
Yeah.
let's tell my origin story all over again. But
Yeah.
this time, let's put little ninjas in there. For the kids.
Sprinkle in some ninjas.
Put some ninjas in there for the
Yeah,
kids.
they did not get his backstory
No.
all that right. It was okay, but he did not join the fucking Legion of Shadows
Right.
and fucking team up with Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul didn't show up until like way after Batman was Batman.
Yep, exactly.
God damn it.
Now-
God damn it.
I'm really sad to find out that Del Toro probably is not going to have anywhere his name attached to this, which he should. If anything's proven, anytime he makes anything, there's a lot of love and care put into it. He cares about the things he does.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow, it was a good action flick. Its story was, it was okay. It was based off of an anime, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I did not see
Repeat.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I have. It's
It's a movie.
meh.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Now, if this guy can do great action films, that's good, but you also have to be able to do the other
There's a lot more
genres
to
as
the
well.
goddamn Justice League than just, hey, there's a bad guy, let's beat him up.
What is this version of Justice League?
It's Justice League Dark was like all the more mystic characters like Constantine and
Okay.
yeah, the ones that used more magic than
Ones that no one cared about.
yeah, 100%,
Beast
yeah.
Squad.
Yeah, I guess if you want to look at it that way, it was more of the magic users
It
instead
was
of
Justice League
you know,
West.
Jesus Christ, Avengers of the West Coast, but not.
Yeah, because I saw, I've never read any of it, and I saw the image of the characters for it, and I was like, I recognize Constantine, but who were these other people? Like, who?
And that's the problem I feel like DC's kind of faltering with, is they're
Yeah.
starting with characters that aren't as well known right now. Because they did Batman Superman, all right?
They think they
had
can pull off the Marvel thing, but they're like,
Yeah.
let's pull some of our beeline out and see what
Right.
people think.
Because that's the thing. You start with doing Man of Steel, which everybody was like, oh, that's cute. You did a
That's cute.
You did a Superman movie.
That's a cute Superman
That's cute.
movie.
And they're like, all right, well, we're going to start hammering the Justice League in. They're like, but you didn't really even perfect the Superman movie yet. Like, well, what are you gonna do with Batman? Just gonna fucking jam them together like PB and J. It'll be great. Like, I mean, I guess. I mean, you could try. I mean, you never know.
It's like they were baking a cake and they just got shell in there, and they're just like, there's no time. Let's just keep going.
Maybe the piece of this we start won't have eggshells in it. Who knows? I mean, and again, I didn't hate Batman Superman, but it wasn't a good enough movie to contend with the stuff that Marvel's putting
We
out.
gotta keep, like I've been saying for a while, they could have just fucking waited.
Exactly.
Like 2 more years, you know what? You're in the clear to make whatever the fuck you want because Marvel is gonna be probably taking a little bit of time off to come up with like their second wave of like long movie types.
What DC needs to be doing right now with their movies is exactly what they're doing with their comic books right now. They relaunched the whole thing, and what they started off with was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. You know, they put those out. They had their own established stories, and that's what they need to be doing. They need to be like, okay, well, here's Aquaman, here's Wonder Woman, here's, we already did a Superman movie. Maybe we can do a better Superman movie. We'll be like, hey, you know that other one? We're testing the waters. It's fucking bullshit. It is the real Superman movie. And they should have done a standalone Batman movie. Batman Superman, on its own, was more of a Batman movie than it really was Superman being there at all. And as I said before, they had all the elements that they could have really done an adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, but they're just like, well, we could make it that the government's using Superman, but we kind of fucked that up in that Man of Steel movie when he crushed that satellite and he's like, stop tracking me, I'll never work for you. So, oof.
Well,
damn.
The other problem with this is they need to get their house in order, because it seems like every film there's so many fucking issues. There's people disagreeing over creative direction. There's people just like there but not really there. Like with Justice League, they had to do so many reshoots. With Batman v Superman, they cut so much shit out. Apparently, they cut a ton of shit out of Suicide Squad too, and
that was because the studio was upset about the earnings and the earnings and reviews for Batman vs Superman, and we're like, you know what, we gotta change. It's like you said, they left some eggshell in there.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's too late, just ship this shit out.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But now I'm hearing that the same thing's happening on Wonder Woman. That people are not agreeing on creative direction and shit like that, and there's conflict, and that just creates a horrible situation.
See, the problem with that is it'd be okay if we didn't already have trailers. Since we have trailers,
yeah,
the general populace knows what the movie's going to look like. If it changes from that, it's going to turn into, this isn't what I expected it to be. I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah.
Well, and I think one of the big major issues is on Marvel's side. Marvel has their own studio. DC's still working under the guise of Warner Brothers.
They have a lot of people that they have to work through to get certain characters, which is never good.
And Warner Brothers doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with their studio anymore. Like, they don't. And they're putting a lot of their chips in the superhero basket, and if you're not going to let people that know how to make a superhero movie make a fucking superhero movie, you're gonna be in a Lionsgate situation like they were, like, I guess that was 10 years ago, where they're like, well, we're gonna go bankrupt, we have no money, we've got this one movie, and I guess we'll just have to see how this fucking goes. Let's just let them make whatever they want. And then that one movie was fucking it was a horror movie. I can't remember which one it was. I kind of want to say it was like Ring or something. I can't. It was a horror movie, I think, and it did very well. And then Lionsgate's like, all right, so we're horror movies now. And that's what they did.
I thought Saw was Lionsgate.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. It was fucking Saw.
But to say, I'm thinking of a lot of Lionsgate films that were horror movies that were pretty good, but I'm not sure how old they are
It
compared
was
to
Saw.
to
That's
Saw
what
now.
it was.
I think Saw saved them.
Yeah.
So no, 1408 was Lionsgate. Cry Wolf, I believe, is Lionsgate. Fuck, Cabin in the Woods is Lionsgate. There's a lot of Lionsgate movies that are really fucking good, actually. And speaking of the whole DC thing, apparently, I was just reading this, the director for Gambit dropped Gambit to go and direct the new Justice League Dark.
Gambit should never be made, first of all.
Why not?
It's just... I don't know.
Gambit's a fun character, man. He's actually my mom's favorite mutant in the X-Men.
Okay.
You don't care for Gambit?
I just don't know that Gambit movies ever fucking get made, because everybody's jumping on and off of that thing.
Yeah. Channing Tatum still around, or did he die or something?
I don't know where he's at right now. He flips, he flops.
On vacation, probably.
Yeah, he's making another Magic Mike, I'm sure.
Well, why would you not?
Or
You know how much
another.
money he can
No,
make
he's
with
making 21 Jump Street with Men in Black right now, I think.
that? No. Shut
Well,
up.
to sum it up, I Del Toro I would have liked to see better. I mean, let's see what he does. I mean, Edge of Tomorrow, it didn't get a whole lot of critical praise, but I think it's just because it was one of those movies that nobody knew what it was.
Yeah.
And that's what hurt it. And it came out during the summer, and normally science fiction movies that don't have a lot of, like, high-end title, like marquee value, they don't really do that well. If it would have came out, I'd say post-summer movie season, it might have had a little bit more legs, like during the fall into horror movie season kind of thing.
September, October.
Yeah, it probably would have done a little better there, but it was still a good movie, and, you know. So let's see. I mean, at least this is a guy who had his name on some high titles.
Yeah.
Let's just
He's
put
got
it
a
that
track
way.
record of some sort.
So we'll see what happens. So we'll put one more in there real quick. This comes from Justin Hubler. He says, Metallica's new single. Jason, I got to let him hear this on the way over.
Yeah.
Love the old school thrashy feel. Overall, I like it, but don't love it. What are your thoughts?
It's not bad. I like I was saying to Matt earlier. I kind of feel like they like skimped real hard on the guitar solo, like.
But it was
halfway
there.
It was there,
was
but
a
it kind
lot
of
of-
felt like my first guitar solo. You
Yeah,
know
but
what
there
I
was
mean?
a lot of albums where he wasn't even doing anything.
Saint Anger.
Yeah, but I expect like.
I mean,
if-
Death
if-
Magnetic he did, but
If you're planning on going back to your roots, you gotta have a good guitar solo in your singles,
True.
man. That's
True.
what a lot of people will go to listen to.
true.
When you get to it, it's just like 10 seconds, maybe, of you using your whammy bar.
I don't know what it is about James, but like when he sings now, like I keep flashing back to Load and Reload. I hear that yeah in his
See,
voice.
now,
You know,
I
I'm just like what happened to like his early sound? But
I kind of got the exact opposite out of this one, because like when
Really?
the song started, I was like, "This sounds pretty good."
You
And then he started
so
singing.
disappointed, Will.
When he started
like, how
singing,
could you possibly feel that way?
yeah, when he
During
started
the
singing, I
chorus,
was
I
like,
hear it.
he kind of sounds more like the old school in a sense.
except during the chorus.
Well, yeah, because the chorus is, I don't know.
Poppy as shit.
That's when his singing lessons came back, and
Yeah.
he's like, okay, well,
He's like, "What did I learn from Danzig?" Yeah, oh.
Hey, you don't talk about dancing. You eat cereal out of your skull.
You will. Come
But
here, you won't wear a shirt.
I did like when it started. I was like, this is good. It's nice and fast. It is thrashy. It kind of
Yeah,
reminds me of old Metallica.
yes.
I was like, I'm surprised Lars didn't die after recording this after one take, because the drums actually, I'll give him credit for the first time ever. The drums aren't bad in this song. They're pretty good.
First time ever?
I usually say he's a horrible drummer.
First time since like And Justice for All, I
yeah.
would say.
I normally
Well,
do
that
not
was like
give him
200 years ago.
Yeah.
I normally don't give him any credit as a drummer. You know, the only credit I give him as a drummer is he has more pieces to his drum set than he'll ever even use in his entire career. He's got a fucking gong on that whole goddamn set.
He's not fucking,
What did he buy?
He's not Neil Peart.
Did he buy
Yeah,
Neil
Neil Peart.
Peart's set like after he retired?
You could never buy Neil Peart set. He rented it.
But it was good. The guitar and the drums actually went really well together in this one.
It's a good
Because
song.
Death Magnetic was a decent album for them to get back into what they were doing, but it played really safe. I want to say.
It was going the right direction though.
It was going the right direction. It played really safe because they're like, okay, well, we tried to go way too into it in mainstream metally with Saint Anger, and we just fucked up completely. For two reasons. One, we recorded it in a tin shed.
You love saying
I do. Because it sounds like they did.
Yeah.
The only problem with this song that I have, though, is that, again, kind of like with the Saint Anger album, I feel like the snare drum was the one that they recorded the highest level off of.
Yes.
Because it's the main thing you hear.
Yes.
And, it's like, that's whatever. It is what it is now. It's not
was
like I
saying-
can go back and be like, hey, can you redo that again? It's too much snare in my earballs.
I kind of feel like the lyrics were a little boring.
Well, yeah, he did. He wrote them like on the bus on the way to
Yeah.
the fucking recording.
You really
Obviously,
put a lot of time and effort into that.
Yeah.
we're all fucked out. Shit out of luck.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Saying it. I mean, yeah. But yeah, the chorus. I didn't actually think that was the chorus at first.
Yeah.
Because it was just like he does the lead in,
Yeah.
and then it goes. It's like, I'm like, oh, that was it. Okay. But musical wise, great. Lyrical, horrible.
I wouldn't say horrible. It's just
okay.
not good.
It was better than Tick 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 Talk. I'll give him that
Yeah.
much.
We're never getting back to like puppets levels here, folks. We're gonna take what we can get.
Yeah.
We don't have to take shit. That's the problem with people these days. They think they have to take this stuff. You don't.
If you want Metallica, this is what you're getting.
You know what you do? You put your old stuff back on. If you want Metallica, you go and get your old stuff.
You're never getting it out of the newer stuff ever.
Yeah.
It's
Well, then you don't listen to the new stuff, do you?
But do people want to though? Like when you listen to a band and you're really into a band, and you listen to everything religiously,
I know.
You hunger for more.
Trust me.
You start reaching out and you look for bootlegs and
know.
live performances and covers. And you do.
I have nearly all of every single Red Hot Chili Peppers song. I know what it's like.
yeah. Or you do what I do.
Fucking, God damn it. I'm with you. A lot of songs on there weren't that good. I can admit it, though.
Or you do what I do, and one of your favorite bands does a good album, and then they do 4 shitty albums, and you just say, "Oh, fuck you." And then like you catch wind, it's like, "Hey, this new album came out. It's pretty good." And you're like, "I love them again."
Yeah. I never doubted you for a moment.
I knew he was in there. You had it in you. Oh, I love you guys. I don't know. I'm interested to hear what else is on this album.
Yeah, me too. Because the thing about like Death Magnetic is I liked a lot of the stuff that didn't get airplay.
Yeah.
So.
That's usually the case sometimes, though. Like, they'll release a bunch of singles and they're just like, these are pretty mediocre at best.
They're safe.
And then you listen to the album and it's like, there's a lot of shit on here that should have been your single.
Yeah. They're safe songs. They're like,
It's boring.
they're okay. they have a little catchiness to them.
Yep.
Enough to get played, and then your really artistic type songs are the ones that get,
All the deep ones.
yeah.
They're buried.
Yeah.
That's why they're deep. Because they're buried.
But when I
Fucking
first
love it.
heard that the thrash sound to it, I'm like, oh shit.
Metallica.
I was like, wow.
Now, I told him, I was really impressed that at this age they could still play this kind of stuff.
It's really impressive, actually, yeah. they are like 700 years old, so.
Yeah, but I do agree with him 100%. When that solo kicked up, I was like, there's still this god hole. It's empty. It doesn't have solos in there.
You want to fill it with puss
wanna
instead
fill
of
it
solos?
It's my god hole.
I know what you're talking about, bro.
You
Pick
know.
it up what you're laying down.
Everybody else that watches Always Sunny will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was kind of.
It was good enough.
I know Kirk is better. He can do better than that. So, hey, but at least they let him do it.
That was my point. That was my point.
1 out of 10.
It didn't get cut.
What, for the song?
Yeah.
Give him an 8.
That's where I'm at.
Give him an 8.
I was going to say about 6.5, 7.
Great bait. 6.5 out of 7.
6.5, maybe 7.
Maybe.
It was short.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
they're fucking 700 years old.
So the fuck what? The Crypt Keeper's like 1,000 years old. That motherfucker made movies till he was dead.
If they got in that studio and you're like, hey,
Even after you.
And I'm about to say, then he came back to life and made more movies.
get in that studio and like, hey, you
They weren't all good.
do us another song like 7.5 minutes? And they're like, what?
We'll do it in the studio. We'll never play it live.
I gotta pick my
Dream Theater? What are you?
I gotta pick my kids up at school.
Dream Theater. That's a half hour for
Yeah.
that song, man.
telling you. Yeah.
It's like you get the new Dream Theater album. It's 2 songs long.
Yeah. I got the new Dream Theater.
I got all day to
My
listen
weekend
to
is set.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's going to be the end of this episode then. So I hope you guys will join us for the next one. Until then, down in the annotations below will be all the places you can find us and all the things that we do. So as always, thank you so much for listening and for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode.